You know, we throw around the word hero pretty casually sometimes, but you're about to hear a story of a person who's the true definition of that word. Harold Tate. He's a World War II veteran who lives in Queens with his wife of 64 years. He went on to become a sergeant in the New York Police Department. And our own Dominic Carter, he paid a visit to Tate and his family.
They spent a lot of time on me. I mean, I ain't nobody, you know. So I happen to be 100 years old. So what? Everybody can get to be 100 if they don't die.
It is a milestone most of us will never see, and 100-year-old Harold Tate, a World War II veteran, is full of personality. How does it feel to be 100 years old?
Feels just like 99.
What's the secret? What's the secret to making 100?
Not dying.
Not dying? You're a very happy man.
Listen, you was lucky like me and had your family here, you'd be all right too.
The two NYPD officers that showed up at his Jamaica, Queens home were so excited to see him, one would think they were part of Tate's actual family. They were there.
Harold's happy. You look good. Looking good.
To personally escort this living legend
Watch your head, get in.
to the nearby 113th precinct where more accolades awaited him.
It's an honor to meet you, sir. Now, I cannot in good conscience wear these stars in your presence, so I'm going to make you the honorary commanding officer, Patrol Bureau Queens South.
You just wear your
Thank you for your service to our country and to this great city. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And what's a celebration without the birthday cake? Not only is he a World War II veteran who fought in the Philippines and Japan, Tate is also a retired member of the NYPD. Harold Tate has lived in Jamaica, Queens for over 80 years. The police at the 113 were honoring one of their own.
Was roll call like this?
Issued shield number 19812, Harold Tate was appointed to the New York City Police Department on November 21st, 1942. Again, the year 1942. He is one of the first African Americans to serve the rank of sergeant in Harlem for the department. He would stay with the NYPD for 23 years of proud service. His hard work was honored numerous times by the NYPD, and this commendation from the Office of the Police Commissioner in 1960, Patrolman Tate arrested 3 men that engaged in an armed robbery. One was disarmed of a loaded gun. Tate made departmental news when he rose through the ranks to become sergeant for the NYPD. How do you feel about your husband making it to 100 years old?
Well, I think he's blessed. He is blessed. And I'm blessed too, because it's nice to have someone. I would be sitting in this house by myself if he wasn't living, so I'm very happy that he's still here and we are able to communicate and enjoy one another, yes.
The NYPD played a major role in his life.
We had everybody's birthday was in.
It's how he met the woman he's been married to for 60 years. He was a cop, his wife a nurse at Harlem Hospital.
I met my husband in 1948 after I graduated from Harlem Hospital School of Nursing, and I was working in the emergency room, and that's where I met him as a policeman bringing in patients or people who were injured and so forth.
Could you tell then he was the special guy for you?
Oh, of course he was a special guy, all right. Yep.
How is one married for 64 years? Explain that to me.
Yes. Well, as I said to someone else, I think that it's a good thing when one works one shift, and as a policeman, he had to work 3 different shifts, and I worked a couple of different shifts as a nurse in the emergency room. That all helps, I think.
Do you know what year you were born in?
When I was born,
Yes.
1915.
Today, Memorial Day, is a time when we honor those who paid the ultimate price in protecting our country. For World War II, in his honorable discharge papers from the Army, Tate was awarded the Victory Medal, the American Service Medal, the Asiatic Pacific Service Medal, the Good Conduct Medal, and the Philippines Liberation Ribbon. His discharge letter from the Army of the United States shows that he was a sergeant as well of the 3778th Quartermaster Truck Company, and reads, quote, "This certificate is awarded as a testimonial of honest and faithful service to this country." The separation center was Fort Dix in New Jersey. He was discharged in February of 1946, and his discharge check was the grand sum total of $110.83. Here we are on Memorial Day. He made it to 100 years of age. Tell me about his military service.
So I think during the time of Uncle Harold, when he finished high school, I think it was just an expectation that that's something that you do. When we think about how we are now in our times in serving the military, we do see it as a service, but it's also as a next step to something further. And I think serving the military gave him the confidence in becoming a sergeant and earning a number of recognition that he did receive. So he then translated that over to NYPD.
And he was in the Army.
And he was in the Army, and then when he left the Army, he then came back to serve in New York City as a police officer.
And he also fought in World War II.
Yes, he's fought in World War II.
How does that make you feel?
I'm so proud. Like, clearly, in my 30s, I wasn't even thought about in 1915 when he was born. So thinking about, you read things in books, and it's removed. But having him turn 100 has forced me to kind of look in the record books, do some research to see, like, what was life like then? What were some of the things that he was going through as a 20-year-old? And you think now, it's like, wow, it's like unbelievable.
And he served in the Philippines.
He served in the Philippines.
Harold Tate would spend many summers upstate at a cabin he owned near Roscoe. He enjoyed fishing, hunting, and rafting.
Oh, well, I had people that I knew, not policemen, and they used to come up there and go hunting with me and fishing.
And there was also a recent letter from the White House for him. Do you know the President of the United States, President Obama, and First Lady Michelle Obama wrote you a letter wishing you a happy 100th birthday?
I was surprised. I got the letter here. I was surprised.
Happy 100th birthday, Mr. Tate. Thank you for your service, and sir, we tip our cap to you.
And coming up next, the story of Benjamin O. Davis, who will soon be mentioned in the same company as guys like Eisenhower and MacArthur. Now, we're going to travel to West Point to tell you this guy's amazing story.